Basically, he does a no-no thing. Right, Dandy? Writing's hard. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia. This is Dandy, who is my reading buddy / writing accountability partner. And this is my coffee. I just wanted to pop on and let you know a little bit about my current WIP that I'm working on. It is my second WIP ever. The first one I wrote back in 2020, which reignited my love of writing. I wrote it from start to finish, spent 2 years editing it, and now I'm moving forward because you need to, take breaks from your stories sometimes. So the current one I'm working on is an adult contemporary fantasy. It is a planned duology as well as dual POVs. I don't know why I decided to do this to myself with my second story ever, but here I am because that's how I roll. I'm all or nothing kind of person. And this story has been a lot of fun to write. It pulls a lot from Greek mythology, which is really cool for me. I adore mythologies, and to put my love of it into a new story is kind of fun. It's not retelling, but it pulls different characters that we might know, like nymphs and centaurs and satyrs, into the story. And that the story itself is focused around the protagonist, who is a nymph. She is a reluctant hero. She has grown up her entire life believing nymphs are these pathetic, not even a side character. They're like the side character in a story. And she believes that that's what she is. And the other POV is the antagonist, who is a lot of fun to write. He is type A, at least type A characteristics. He's hyperactive and constantly thinks of himself as not meeting the full potential that he has. And thinking that if he just finds the answer to just one more question answered, he'll be able to reach this aha moment for himself. So now I'm working on revisions. My critique partner called me out on a lot of things in my draft, and so I've been doing a deep dive into mindsets, specifically with my protagonist, which has basically been this massive domino effect happening in Act 2 for me. I work in a 3-act story structure, where I was like, all right, I'm starting to get to know her a little bit more. Ooh, I need to add 2 more chapters to really solidify, blah, blah, blah. The problem is, because I did that, then I realized, oh, I need to rearrange 5 chapters, which then spiraled into, well, now I need to edit all the chapters surrounding those chapters I just rearranged, because it's a timeline thing. You need to stay consistent. You need the characters to be consistent with what they know, what they're saying, all that stuff. And because I'm giving my protagonist more active things to be doing, despite her being a passive character, it's now leading into me having to reformat a bunch of conversations she's having with different characters at different points in time. And it's also making me rethink several scenes where she's not technically a part of. It's through the antagonist's point of view, but I think that I actually want her there so that she is witnessing it, so that when you switch back to her POV, she's having these moments of, oh, this is not good. Oh crap, things are really not great. And starting to escalate it more and more, so by the time I actually have her take on a very active role of being basically a leader, it makes sense through the development, through what she's saying and what she's doing. But it's a lot of work. So coffee, cat, here we go. So it's really nice outside. Dandy was out on the deck for a little bit. So I think I'm gonna change clothes really fast and do some yard work. The poor neglected garden. Keep saying I'm going to love you. Well, today's that day. That was a giant weed, holy crap. Here's where I'm having issues, because I started it pretty strong, but now I'm in the argument stage. And I'm trying to think of how to make his argument, basically. How to have him trying to explain to them why this is a good thing, and to have the protagonist, she had seen warning signs earlier about everything, but hadn't really said much. And I'm trying to think of why would she now speak up a bit more about it and what she would say. Writing's hard. Okay, I'm loving the escalation that's happening. But I still have so much more work to do. This is me and Dandy reminding you guys to get up, stop working for a little bit, stretch, or in Dandy's case, rotate napping positions. But yeah, sometimes you gotta stretch out that back, work on the spine a little bit, give your neck a break, because we ain't getting any younger. Right, Dandy? Did it. I wrote the chapter. I don't know if it's any good, but it's there. I'm debating right now if after I'm going to table this story for about 2 weeks, give it a rest, and then come back to it and read it again and edit it again. And I'm currently debating if this round, the next round, that I should read the POVs in their own order. So right now it's every chapter it switches POV. And I'm debating if I should first go down and read all the protagonist POV chapters and then all the antagonist POV chapters to see if it all makes sense for their character growth, and make sure it's not being repetitive and that I'm being consistent with what each character knows or doesn't know, and how they're reacting and interacting with everyone is staying consistent. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done that, either as a reader or a writer, when you're dealing with multiple POVs, if that helps or hinders the story at all. Anyway, so I finished that chapter. Now I'm at the next chapter, the antagonist one, where basically he does a no-no thing. I'm debating if I want the protagonist realizing what's happening in the middle of all of this. Originally, my critique partner wanted that to happen, and my thought was, no, she's under kind of like a trance at this point, so she wouldn't, but maybe the trance is later than I thought, and maybe she's able to break through it a bit faster. So that happens when we work in magic systems that we're making up on the fly. So I think I know how to fix this scene and have the protagonist notice and know what's going on. I just need to figure out what she's going to say and do, because there's only so much she can. It's a very limited amount of stuff she's capable of in this particular situation. So it's going to be, I think, a bit more of a verbal fight. But I think also because of what she's doing, it's going to impact what the antagonist can do, and other people are going to start noticing, which will then kind of spiral into the following few chapters. But I'm actually really excited. I think I'm going to maybe leave it here for now, leave some indents, because I know that's going to be like the chunk of where I need to write it. And then the rest will impact the rest of this, this chapter, lead into the following chapter where I know at least the first half of a page I do need to rewrite, just because the dialogue there is no longer relevant. So I'm really excited. I'm also laughing at myself right now because I'm at a little over 77,000 words, and I'm a chronic underwriter. And with this whip, no matter what I do, no matter how I'm editing, adding things, all that stuff, I have been very solidly at this like 77,000 word mark, give or take 100 words or so. Just every time. I thought I was doing great. I thought I actually added so many more words than I guess I did. I guess I deleted a lot too. As I was editing today. Hello, this is editor Lydia, and boy oh boy does it take a while to make a YouTube video. I didn't realize yesterday when I was recording everything that the lighting, because I use a lot of natural lighting, that it got a little too dark and the visual part wasn't great. So I just wanted to conclude everything and wrap it up by saying I wanted to keep things short this time, just because this is my first real YouTube video and first attempt at creating some kind of vlog. So I didn't want to do a very long one. I'm kind of playing around, trying to figure everything out. So please be patient with me. I'm trying different things all at once, which probably, again, why do I do this to myself? I don't know, but it's fun. And so I want to come on here and say thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe so that we can start building a community here. And let me know in the comments if you're working on your stories, what kind of genre you're doing, what kind of characters you're working on, or if you're editing, where are you in the process? And if you're not a writer, that's cool. Let me know what kind of books you're reading, movies you're watching, songs you're listening to, because it's all stories. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye. I don't know if anyone remembers playing with these. I still play with mine.